There are various theorems and postulates that you need to remember in order to find measures of angles. One of those postulates is called the corresponding angles postulate. And it says if two parallel lines are cut by transversal, then the pairs of corresponding angles are congruent. Well, let's look at this figure. I see 4 pairs of corresponding angles. If these two lines, P and Q, are parallel, which they do appear to be parallel, cut by transversal T, then angle 1 and 3 are congruent, they're corresponding. Angles 2 and 4 are congruent. Angles 5 and 7, corresponding, congruent. And angles 6 and 8 are congruent, corresponding angles. Let's use this postulate in another problem. Let's look at this figure. We have 2 lines that appear to be parallel, cut by the transversal. Can we find the measure of angle ABC? Well, angle ABC in this case has been identified as X. If these 2 lines are parallel, cut by this transversal, by the corresponding angles postulate, corresponding angles are congruent. So if this angle is 75 and it corresponds to this angle, which is ABC, then the measure of angle ABC is equal to 75 degrees. Based on the corresponding angles postulate. Okay? Let's do another problem. Okay. We have 2 lines that appear to be parallel. The transversal, which is this vertical line, we're being asked to find the measure of angle DEF. Well, notice, remember, by the postulate, the corresponding angles postulate, corresponding angles are congruent. But we have 3x minus 35 degrees representing this angle, and x plus 45 degrees representing this angle, and they aren't corresponding and they aren't congruent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set 3x minus 35 equal to x plus 45, because both of these expressions represent corresponding angles and they are congruent. Now let's solve for x. Well, I'm going to simply subtract x from both sides, and I get 2x minus 35 is equal to 45. Now I'm going to add 35 to both sides, and I'm going to end up with 2x is equal to 80. If I can find the value of x and substitute it back here, then I will know the measure of angle DEF. So I'm moving along. Divide both sides by 2, and x is 40. Now, let's go back. The measure of angle DEF is equal to x plus 45 degrees. But we just solved for x, and what I'm going to do is substitute 40 for x, and add 40 and 45 is 85 degrees. So I have found the measure of angle DEF to equal 85 degrees.